Hey, what's going on, guys? Muggsy here, and this is going to be the second episode of my Tutorial Tuesdays. And I know it's not Tuesday, it's actually Thursday, but I wasn't able to make one on Tuesday, so I'm going to do it now. I want to apologize for being, not active for the past 2 or 3 weeks. I did go to AGL. I road tripped with one of my friends, Dallas, Epic Air, and we did compete with two of our friends, Lindsay Bunny and B-Ball Chick. We didn't do too great because we were a last-minute team and we didn't have any practice, but it was a fun road trip, and I vlogged it all. I recorded a bunch of footage, and I will be making videos, of the road trip soon, so look out for those. I will be back on track starting tomorrow, so you will see a montage spotlight tomorrow, and my series will resume on schedule next week and so forth. Once again, I apologize for the delay of this tutorial, but this tutorial will be my transitioning from Sony Vegas to Adobe After Effects. Well, basically my workflow between the two programs. I've seen a few people ask for this in the comments, so I just thought, okay, I'll do the next tutorial on that. If you also use Sony Vegas and Adobe After Effects, then that's great. I'm just going to show you the method I use when going from program to program. This is going to be a pretty basic tutorial, so if you're an advanced editor, you probably will find nothing new in here. Alright, here goes a project I was editing for one of my friends, Chris Annihilate. It's a Halo Reach project, and I started this a long time ago and just never got to finishing it. I might finish it soon, we'll see, but I'll play a little preview for you guys.
Yield to the forces of darkness. I bring you the torches of our shit. Reinforced with the hardness of Wolverine's arms, with the harshness and overall sharpness. Now how far do the arms get? My nigga, from the stars to the starfish. From the baby to the bomb, it's a whole lot of light and a whole lot of arm lift. My arm's long, but I'm lawless. A strong arm, I can lift up all this. You gon' have to build a bigger farm fence to keep them wolves out of old McDonald barn, bitch. Yeah, Team Jacob. Where? Long arm, put my hands on the lair. Every time I put my hands in the air, watch the throne as I dance in the chair. Throw my crown in the crowd, hope it lands on the air. The weak niggas like to pass in the fair. Spit a lot of over jams of the year. They act like they the man up in here. Don't count when your only real fan is a mirror. That's subliminal.
Alright, there goes that. And I'll just get right into the tutorial. As you can see, this one's not 100% complete, but I did finish the sync and the actual body part of the video. And if you watched my last tutorial, you know that when editing a video, I just start out doing the sync and nothing else. As you can see, it is totally just sync and gameplay, no angles, nothing. And so I finished the sync, and once I finish the sync, I prepare to take the project to Adobe After Effects. And when I do that, I'll render the clips out in portions. I think there's a total of about 9 or 10 clips in this little video, so I will render out in portions of maybe 2 or 3, depending on what happens in the clips. So to save you time in this tutorial, I already rendered a few portions of it. When I render as uncompressed AVI, and I like to keep my projects organized, so I'll make folders for my Vegas AVIs, my After Effects AVIs, and then I'll have another folder, for the raw gameplay. So I already rendered a few AVIs. As you can see, I named them like A, B, and then I'll describe the clip. And then CD, I'll describe those clips. EF, I name them this way just so they can stay in alphabetical order, and they'll stay organized in the programs. So once I render out of Sony Vegas uncompressed AVI, I'll import those clips into Adobe After Effects. And to save time in this tutorial, I've already made compositions with the clips. And in order to do that, it's very simple. I just drag the clip, make new composition, and it'll make a composition with the clip. And in After Effects is where I will continue to add effects, color correction, and anything like that. I already made a default color correction for the video, and when I apply my color correction, I usually apply it to an adjustment layer. That way you can copy that adjustment layer and paste it into your other compositions with the other portions of your video. And the main reason I render in portions is because of the maps. Like, you can tell Forge World and Countdown they look totally different, so the color correction, you'll have to mess with it. And it's so much easier to do when it's already on an adjustment layer. That way you can just go back and, this looks a little dark, so, lighten it up, etc. So once you're finished doing whatever you're going to do to your video, you'll want to export or render. And when I render, I usually render as, lossless, uncompressed AVI. You want to render uncompressed AVI to save quality. It really preserves the quality. It's a uncompressed format, meaning it doesn't compress at all, and it just saves the quality. Although the downside of this is you will have huge files, so be prepared to have space for all of your AVI files because they will be really big. And so I'll keep the same name. I've already rendered them, to save time in the tutorial. I render them in my After Effects folder that I made in the project. Yeah, so once you render them out, you want to go back into Sony Vegas and you want to find the clip. Here we go, the After Effects AVIs. I've only rendered 2 just for the tutorial's sake. And what I do is I find the portion, and you can select multiple files in Sony Vegas if you hit D twice, and you can just drag. And so I find where the portion ends and starts, and then I'll hit U, and I'll delete all of that footage and just replace it with what I rendered from After Effects. And then I'll do so over here too for the second part. Select all, hit U. When you hit U, it's detaching it from the original audio. So you can just delete and you can keep your audio. And let me drag that there. Add a little fade here. And I'll just give a little preview, pre-render this. Once again, if you don't know how to pre-render, you highlight your region, hold Shift and hit B. And it'll scrub through the timeline. And you can play back with no lag. Okay, now that that's done pre-rendering, we can watch it back.
Yield to the forces of darkness. I bring you the torches of our shit. Reinforced with the hardness of Wolverine's arms, with the harshness and overall sharpness. Now how far do the arms get? My nigga, from the stars to the starfish. From the baby to the bomb, it's a whole lot of light and a whole lot of arm lift. My arm's long, but I'm lawless. A strong arm, I can lift up all this. You gon' have to build a bigger farm fence to keep them wolves out of Old McDonald barn, bitch. Yeah.
Alright, as you can see, I didn't add many effects because I'm just trying to show you guys my workflow in this tutorial. If I do finish this edit, it'll probably look a lot different than you see here. Yeah, that's about it, guys. Once you've finished rendering all your portions, adding effects to all your portions, deleting the raw footage and replacing it with the AVIs from Adobe After Effects, you want to, basically you're finished. You render, compress it whatever way you do so, and you're done. So I mean, that's my workflow from Sony Vegas to Adobe After Effects and back. And I guess that completes this tutorial. I want to thank you all for watching. You can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/Muggsy_is_viral. Subscribe and look out for next week's episode. I am taking requests for next week, so if you have a request for me to do a tutorial, then please leave a comment. And if you see a comment that you agree with, then thumbs that up so I can see how many people agree with that tutorial. Once again, I apologize for being inactive lately, but I will be back on schedule next week. I am working on a number of videos, some pretty good ones, so stay tuned. Once again, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next week. Peace.